Today, our group will present the Maori Plakao, Rata, and the Waka. We choose this Plakao because it offers valued insight into Matonga Maori and highlights important concepts such as tikanga and katia kitanga. Through the traditions of Waka building and carving, the story dismantles the strong connections between people, culture, and the natural environment. Throughout this presentation, we will explore the origins of Plakao, its iwi and geographical connections, the story itself, and the meanings that can be drawn from it. To begin, I will now hand over to Ellie, who will explain the origin of Rata and the Waka.
Now I'm talking about a range of this Plakao. The story of Rata is a traditional Maori story that has been passed down through oral tradition. It is closely connected to Hawaii, which is believed to be the ancestral homeland and an important spiritual place in Maori tradition. The story of Rata can also be found in other Polynesian cultures, showing the strong connections across the Pacific. This Plakao reflects Maori values and Matalanga Maori. The story of Rata can also be found in other Polynesian cultures, showing the strong connections across the Pacific. This highlights the shared cultural heritage across the Pacific.
My part focuses on the iwi and geographical background of Plakao, Rata, and Waka. This Plakao is closely connected to Nahili or forest. The forest is an important setting because it shows the relationships between people and the natural environment. In Maori belief, land and nature are not separate from people. They are connected through history, identity, and whakapapa. In different iwi traditions, the story of Rata may be told in slightly different ways. This is because Plakao are passed down through oral traditions, and each iwi may connect the story to their own land, ancestors, and local knowledge. However, the main idea of connections, respect, and responsibility often remains similar. The concept of whenua is important here because it refers to land and place. It reminds us that identity is strongly connected to where people come from. Whakapapa is also important because it connects people with their ancestors, the natural world, and the wider environment. Waka also has strong geographical meaning. Waka were used for travel across water, but they also connected people, places, and communities. In this way, Rata and Waka is not only linked to the forest, but also to movement, identity, and relationships between land, people, and ancestors.
This Plakao tells the story of Rata, a young man who wanted to help his people when powerful storms and rising seas began threatening their island. Determined to help, Rata traveled deep into the forest and found a tall, straight tree that would be perfect for a waka. In his excitement and urgency, he cut down the tree without first acknowledging Tain, the guardian of the forest, or showing respect for the living world around him. That night, the children of Tain, the birds, insects, and other forest creatures, gathered around the fallen tree. Believing that Rata had acted without respect, they worked together to restore the tree, returning every branch, leaf, and a piece of sawdust to its place. When Rata returned and saw the tree standing again, he was confused. After this happened a second time, he stayed behind to watch and discovered the children of Tain rebuilding the tree. They explained that he had ignored the tikanga of respecting the forest. Realizing his mistake, Rata felt ashamed and sincerely apologized. He explained that his actions came from a desire to help his people, not to cause harm. The children of Tain recognized his good intention and chose forgiveness over punishment. The next day, they gifted Rata and his people a magnificent waka blessed by Tain. Rata was deeply grateful and promised to teach future generations the importance of respecting nature. Through his journey, this Plakao tells us about tikanga, humility, and the value of working together in harmony with the natural world. The story reminds us that when we respect both people and the environment, positive outcomes can be achieved for the whole community.
This plaque shares some really important ideas. In this version of the story, Rata is trying to help his people. He wants to protect them and find a safer future. So his intentions are actually good. But the problem is he cuts down the tree without following Titanga or showing respect to Tani and the forest. Because of that, the tree is restored again and again. This shows that even our intentions are good, we still need to act in the right way and respect cultural practices. As the story continues, Rata begins to understand that the forest is not just something he can use. It needs care and respect. This connects to Katikatanga, which is about protecting the environment and taking responsibility. We also see Rata is showing humility. He realizes his mistake, feels sorry, and apologizes. This is really important because it shows that learning and growing from our mistakes matters. There's also a sense of walua in the story. Building the Waka is not just physical, but also spiritual. And when Rata finally shows respect, he is supported instead of punished. So overall, this story teaches us that having good intentions is not enough. We also need respect, responsibility, and the willingness to learn and work together.
This plaque helps us build our understanding of Matalanga Maoli. It also helps us feel more confident when using some basic Talio Maoli words from this story. We learn important ideas such as Tikanga, Kaitia Kitanga, Kalakia, Waka, and Wailua. These are not just words, they also carry Maoli values and cultural meanings. This story also links to Tefaliki. It connects with Mana Whainua, because children can learn about belonging, whanua, atua, and their connection with the natural world. It also links to Mana Atuloa, because children can explore ideas about forest, trees, waka building, and how to care for the environment. As future teachers, this story reminds us that learning is not about the final product. It's also about the process, the relationships, and the respect we show along the way.